Hello and welcome to Map and Key Gaming's Halloween Spooktacular. And today we are doing a spotlight on the most famous vampire in Unmatched Dracula. Unmatched from Restoration Games and Mondo Games is for 2 to 4 players, plays approximately 20 to 40 minutes, and is for ages 9 and up. Now this is a character spotlight, so we're not going to be doing any kind of strategy. We're not going to do a deep dive into who Dracula counters or how to defeat, Bigfoot or something like that. This is to let everyone who's interested a chance to look at his cards, get an idea of how he plays, and figure out if he's the character for them to play. And we get to check out the really awesome artwork. If you like videos like this, give us a thumbs up and subscribe down below. And let's begin taking a look at Dracula from Unmatched, Cobble and Fog. Now this is the Dracula figure. He's, I hate to say it, but he is a little plain compared to the other figures. Jekyll, he carries a hatchet. Alice has a huge steak knife. There's 3 velociraptors in that set. So, compared to the other figures, he's just okay. I mean, he's dressed nice, but the other ones are a little bit more exciting. These 3 ladies right here are the sisters. I know that they're sometimes called the brides, but here they call them the sisters. And they are his sidekicks, and they have 1 health each, so they don't have a life dial like he does. Or some of the other characters, their sidekicks have health dials like Dr. Watson or Merlin. I know they're easy to kill, but there are ways to bring them back. Very similar to the Harpies with Medusa. And then this is his card art, which I think looks awesome. The art in Unmatched is excellent. So this is his character card. So you see it's Dracula. He's melee, so that means he has to be next to the character that he wants to attack. And he has 13 health. And then down here it does say that the sisters are melee also, and that there's 3 of them. They both have a movement of 2. Dracula's special ability is at the start of your turn, you may deal 1 damage to a fighter adjacent to Dracula. If you do, draw a card. So what happens is a lot of times, melee fighters, I know, they like to come in and they don't like to move because that's an additional action that they would have to take their next turn. So a lot of times they like to be right next to their opponent. And so this pretty much punishes them for using that type of a strategy. You're hitting them for 1, which, yeah, that's a little bit of chip damage, but you're drawing a card. Hand management, being able to draw more cards than your opponent, having more tools at your disposal is a much more powerful weapon. With that being said, we are going to look at the common cards first, like I usually do. As usual, we are going to start with Feint. Feint, it's purple, so it can be used for attack or block. It has a value of 2, and it says any, so it can be used by the sisters or by Dracula. It has a boost number of 2, which I don't know if that affects him at all. That's what the number in the circle is. And then underneath it, the effect is Feint. Immediately cancel all effects on your opponent's card. It just shuts down whatever they're using to attack you or to block you with. The next common card is going to be Exploit, which is another purple card for 4, can be used by any, and it says Exploit. After combat, draw 1 card. A little bit of a card advantage. The next card is going to be Dash. After combat, move your fighter up to 3 spaces. Space management is a really big deal. So being able to move 3 spaces for nothing is a pretty good move. The next card, it's an any, but it's an attack, as you see there in red. Ambush. During combat, your opponent discards 1 random card. Add its boost value to this card's attack value. That's pretty cool. The boost value is 3, doing, 1, 2, or 3 additional damage. So this could go, to be a 4 or 5. That's pretty decent. And your opponent loses a card. And the next card is the Sisters Scheme card here, Ravening Seduction. Move any fighter up to 2 spaces. After moving, deal 1 damage to the moved fighter for each sister adjacent to them. So that allows you to move them into a position where they can take, 2 or 3 hits. That's pretty good. The Sisters' attack, right here, is Thirst for Sustenance. After combat, if you won the combat, place Dracula in any space adjacent to the opposing fighter. So this allows you to swarm again. Dracula's Scheme card is Prey Upon. Deal 1 damage to all opposing fighters adjacent to Dracula. Dracula recovers 1 health for each damage dealt. So that's a good way of him being able to do damage without specifically using an attack. And, if the Sisters maneuvered him into a position where he could use this, that's super advantageous. Look into my eyes. During combat, add the boost value from your opponent's attack card to the defense value of this card. That's a good way to help offset some of the attack cards, especially the lower ones. Dracula's other defense card is Do My Bidding. Immediately return your opponent's attack card to their hand. Look at their hand and choose an attack or versatile card for them to play. It may be the same card. So this is pretty much, no, you don't get to do that. Do this instead. It's kind of funny. And now, Dracula's Scheme card, Baptism of Blood. Ooh. Recover 2 health. Return a defeated sister, if any, to any space in Dracula's zone. So that's a way for him to get the one of the sisters back. The other card that he has that affects the sisters is this attack card here, called Feeding Frenzy. During combat, this card's value is +1 for each sister in the same zone as the opposing fighter, and he's a way to get 3 more damage to be able to hit for 5. His last Scheme card here, Mist Form. Place Dracula in any space, gain 1 action. So that's a free movement card. And then Dracula's final card is Beast Form. During combat, you may discard any number of cards from your hand. This card's value is +1 for each card you discard. This is extremely powerful. If you have a full hand, it can hit pretty hard. So that is it for Dracula. Some very offensive cards. He likes to go in and do damage. The sisters help him do damage. He has some movement, moving in and out of different situations if he needs to. And he seems really strong. So, like I said earlier, if you like this kind of content, give me a thumbs up and subscribe down below. Up here in the corner, I'm going to have the thing for you to click so you can see other videos about characters that I have done spotlights for. And until next time, be careful of strangers that you meet.